Okay, so let's go ahead and get started making our first site. Okay, and this will show us some of the basic options in Dreamweaver. We'll probably be switching around our views, and we'll be getting used to just kind of working in this space, doing a really simple text-based site using the Black Goose. Okay, so like I said before, all we really need right now is this file page. And we're going to go ahead and define our first site, okay? So what the file page is, or what defining a site gets into, is the basic structure of a web page, or a website, I should say. We haven't really talked about that yet, is a collection of HTML pages housed in one folder, okay? So it's a kind of a hierarchy of pages that all connect together and they travel around in one folder. So when you're making a site, if it's not in a folder, if everything is not contained in one folder, chances are that site is not going to work when it's posted online, because it's going to be looking for something that's outside of the folder, and it's going to be more than likely a broken link. So let's get into this and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to go up to Site. I'm going to say New Site. And I'm going to call the site name Practice 1. Doesn't really matter what the name is. That's just for Dreamweaver. Okay. Now it wants me to go ahead and find the root folder, or where that site is. So what I want to do is, at this point, you would want to make a folder in your computer in the documents that's probably just like web art, and that's where everything you make for this class can go. So I can do that right now through here. So I'm going to hit this little folder, and I'm already in my documents, this PC documents. I'm going to go to my folder. Oh, and I already have one called web art. Okay, so I'm going to go to there, and now I'm going to make one more folder called Practice 1. New folder, and I'll call it Practice. Oops. Practice 1. Okay, all I'm doing is selecting the folder that is where all the site is going to be. And we'll see that pop up in our files thing. So I made a new folder and I call it Practice 1. Select folder. Boom. Okay, so I just created a path so Dreamweaver knows where everything's going to be. And I'm going to hit save. And I should see this change over here. Okay, so now this shows me the path that I just made. Okay, so from here, I can go ahead and I can make pages for the site. So I can right click on this, and I'm going to say New File, and we're going to create 3 HTML pages. And I'll call this 1. I'm going to click here, New File, 2, and I click here, and I'm right clicking. Sorry if I didn't say that before. Right click on that, and 3. So again, sorry about that if I didn't say that before. It's a right click on here, on the folder, on the top folder, and you go New File, and we just made 3 HTML pages housed in our Practice 1 folder. So now I'm going to go ahead and open these up. And I'm going to left click on these to open them up. Double click. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Dreamweaver is doing a bunch of crazy stuff here. Get out of there. All right, so now I have my 3 pages. We can see in the tabs here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, they don't look any different because there's nothing on there. But one thing to note that Dreamweaver does for us that it wasn't doing before in Notepad was giving us all this beginning text, all this beginning HTML. Okay, it has the exclamation, doc type, HTML. All right, that's just saying, hey, this is a HTML5 document. HTML tag, closing, head tag, closing head tag. It's got this meta char set UTF-8. That's an additional thing that just says, what is that? I believe it's just like we're using a standard number set and alphabet. Title, closing tag for the title, so that'd be our tab. Closing head, I think I already said that, and the body tag. Okay, so we're about set ready to, we could begin, putting in some HTML that we have. One thing about the view here is that this is up here. So this is your kind of preview box, okay? This is like your code view, all right? So you can go, you have a couple of views here. You can go code view, straight code view, which maybe you want. Split screen, which gives you a preview of what your screen is going to look like. Right now we're in live mode, which is like kind of the truest look of how your website's going to look. The other one is designer mode, which looks not really different yet, but designer mode is kind of less true to what it'll look like on the web. Okay, so what Dreamweaver does, or what it's great about doing, is that this window here is a pretty accurate preview of how your site is going to look on the web. Okay, so basically Dreamweaver has a built-in web browser in it. Okay, live mode is the best view. Design view is not really quite that accurate, but sometimes we will use design view. All right, it's a little confusing, but most of the time you're always going to be in live view. All right, so let's just put in that little bit of text that I had before, and we'll kind of see this get populated. I'm going to go back to here, and now you have to be careful. What we're going to take is just this stuff right here, the in the body tag, because we already have the body tag. So I'm just going to grab my top H1, go down to my P, my closing P, and I'm going to copy that, Control C, go back to Dreamweaver, and put that in. So let me make this bigger. Rink. Put it in right there. Ba-dang. Oh, and look what we see. Okay? We see this up here. Now, I am going to change this because I don't like this split top and bottom. So I'm going to go to, I believe it's View, Split, and let's see, Code, Live, Code Design, Code, interesting. Split vertically. There we, oh, still not how I like it. Okay, I like the code on this side. So let's see if we can find that. View, code view options, nope. Split, live view on left, let's undo that. Boom, okay, there we go. Hey, now I like it. All right, great.